What's shaking, baseball family? We hope you're having a wonderful evening. We are also having a wonderful evening. At least I am. How are you, Brad?
Having a wonderful evening.
Yeah, I kind of felt like it was going to go that way. Let's see what else I can call getting into some things later when we talk about our bet picks for this weekend and the games you can look forward to. But before we do that, baseball family, we've got a couple of news updates for you that we think are relevant and that just couldn't wait till the Monday night recording of the Tuesday show. So here we are. The Oakland, soon to be no longer Oakland, Athletics have reached an update on their Vegas transfer. Relocation. Republican Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo on yesterday, announced a tentative agreement between his office, legislative leaders, and in the state of Oakland, or in the state, of Nevada, and the athletics organization. Basically, what they've decided is that stadium funding is tentatively a go. So this has taken weeks of negotiation and planning and blah, blah, blah. And they've tried to decide how much of it is going to be publicly funded, how much of it will be state, supported funds, etc., how much the ball club is going to invest in this deal, and how it all comes down to it. It still is a $1.5 billion facility, and they're still liking the Tropicana Hotel location on the Strip. It's at the end of the Strip, but it's not the Strip. And so that's right. That's a great place to be compared to the at least one other option that we saw, and we've covered that a little bit. But Vegas would officially be the smallest, at least broadcast television market of any Major League Baseball franchise, probably ever.
Right.
It feels like it. And so what we're interested to find out is, can they sustain 3 professional franchises in such a small area?
That's the thing that I think is really interesting, is that like so much money comes from TV, right? That it's like either A, it's going to be super expensive to go to a game there, or B, they're going to find some other way to make money besides TV, right? To pay the players on that team, because missing out on TV money is a huge deal, such a huge deal that's why we have blackouts.
That's exactly why.
Yeah. Right. And so I don't know. It's strange to me that they're going to such a small market. I'm not so much worried about the fact there's 3 professional sports teams there, or major sports teams there, just because the NFL is its own thing. The NHL is, I don't know, kind of, I don't want to say niche, but like,
it's more niche for sure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And I feel like the NHL is kind of like, we don't really care about the market. People like hockey there, we're going to go.
That's right.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way they work. But baseball is like in a place financially of like the big 3 that they do need the TV dollars. So that's going to be interesting how it goes there. I mean, maybe the whole place will just be covered in massive casino signs, and that's how they're going to pay for it, right?
And that's not just, I mean, that's entirely possible. Also, if you figure it, because they're going to have to do an indoor facility or some sort of roof option, no matter what, they're going to be able to book this year round as a venue for events and different kind of shows and things like that. So I bet they're factoring that into this decision making, and they're going to be okay on overall funding, but only because they're going to be able to pimp it out as a venue for other things.
They could. The thing is that I feel like a football stadium is way more suited to big
That's
public
true.
events. They've got
Yeah.
I think it's Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play, and that's an
Hmm.
enormous stadium, and it's a beautiful stadium. My sister and niece went and saw Taylor Swift there a few weeks ago, and I feel like that's way
Yeah.
more suitable for stuff like that than a baseball stadium is.
It's a great
So
point.
that's where I think that's where they're going to have somewhat of an issue, because even around here, like there's stuff at Chase Field, but not like there is the Footprint Center or at State Farm Stadium,
Right.
right? So
Yeah. That's a good point.
that's kind of the issue that you run into there with that side of it. I don't think
So
you
the
can bank too
city,
much on it.
yeah, the team and the city are hoping to draw from the nearly 40 million tourists who visit Las Vegas annually to help fill the stadium. And Brad, I mean, is this sustainable? Is there a large enough fan base that's located to sustain this, or are they
So
absolutely?
at first, I was kind of like, you cannot bank on tourists coming to see baseball, right? Like
Why
maybe in
not?
the summer, people are going to be like, let's not go gamble for a few hours and go sit somewhere else that's air conditioned, right? And then they'll go to a game. And that was my big thing is like, you can't bank on tourists. But then I looked up, I was curious, is like, how do the Las Vegas Aviators do with attendance? I looked it up. So they got there in 2019. They
Yeah.
led all of AAA in attendance in 2019. 2020, no season. 2021, they led AAA West in attendance. And then
Wow.
2022, they led the Pacific Coast League in attendance. Now, it's great that they're leading all of AAA and everything, but that also means it's going down because what they're leading is getting smaller. It was like it was a novelty the first year, everybody was coming. And then the second year, it was like, okay, people are still coming, but not as many. And then last year, is people are still coming, but still not as many. What's it going to look like after this year? Are they going to be in the top 2, 3 of the Pacific Coast League, or is it just going to continue to drop and drop? And is that what
Yeah.
we're going to see with the Major League Baseball team? Is that it's going to be a novelty? People will come, locals will come, tourists will come, but then it'll be the novelty will wear off. But
Mm.
hey, I mean, I might make the trip up a couple times a year if they're playing the Mariners,
I was
right?
just saying,
Not far off.
my argument is with a balanced schedule, you will get more people traveling to see baseball games in Vegas because of the alternate draw of the rest of what Vegas has to offer. So
Yeah.
I think you're going to get that. I also did a little digging on population increases in the Vegas metro area over the last couple of years, and they've been between 2 and 3% consistently since 2019 increases.
Yeah,
So
the area is certainly growing, that's for
it's
sure.
growing fast. We looked at what it would cost to live in Hendersonville, which is a little ways outside Vegas. But I would consider it still certainly within the reach of the Vegas metro area.
Well,
And
we have a buddy Adam who's from Henderson, and he
yeah,
just says he's from Vegas.
exactly.
So
So it's just not that far away, and that place has exploded in the
mhm.
last even year and a half. It's been insane. So
Yeah.
anyway, it'll be interesting. Baseball family will keep you updated on how things go with the. Hold on? Do you think they'll change their name?
I don't think they will. I think they'll stay the same because they've been the same forever, right?
Right.
They were the A's in Philly, they are the A's in Kansas City, they are the A's in Oakland. I think they'll be the Las Vegas A's.
And they'll keep the logo and all the
I think
everything.
it'll all stay the same. Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of logos and color schemes, let's talk about the Father's Day hats for this year. Brad, pull that bad
Boom.
boy up.
There it is.
Yeah. So this year's Father's Day hats have been released, and this is what the Yankees hat's going to look like. It's black, all out black, except for the principal logo on the front of the crown is going to be done in a what looks like a metallic baby or powdered blue, and then outlined in white, sort of stitching in the outline. And then they've got a patch on the right panel, and it's also done up in black, blue, and white. It looks like there's even two shades of blue in there for a little bit of contrast.
Yeah. So
And
look
that,
at this. So
yeah.
they're different for like there's a somewhat of a variation with every team. Like here's the Dodgers. It's
Oh,
the regular
okay.
Dodger blue with
Yeah.
instead of the white LA, it's going to be blue with the powder blue outline, and then same thing with the patch on the right panel. And then you get a
Mhm.
little bit different though as you keep going. I noticed. Be like, here's the Braves. This is the Braves
Whoa.
hat with the red A with that
Yeah.
powder blue outline, and then the same thing with the powder blue patch, but you've got the red Braves logo with a red outline. And so I thought that was cool. Like that really makes the red pop against the navy there.
Totally.
But then like you go to the Mariners, it's just like washed out with blue, and
Yeah,
it's got
yeah.
a teal outline, like nothing pops there, and it's just like a washed out patch on the side, kind of like I feel like how the Yankees one looks. So before I share my thoughts, though, Brig, I guess I kind of did a little bit there. What do you think of these hats?
I really liked them when I thought they were all going to be black with the principal logo in powdered blue outlined in a white, kind of like the Yankees one. That
That is
is
black. I thought it
sharp.
was just a dark navy, but that is black.
Maybe it's dark navy, maybe it's
I don't
black. I don't
know.
know, but that's sharp. I like that, which is
Mm-hmm.
good because I'm a Yankees fan and I can see myself wearing that every day. But the further it devolves away from these bold colors, where the powdered blue being the focus of the whole thing because it's Father's Day, just like with the pink, the further we
Mm-hmm.
get away from that pop, the worse it gets. The Braves hat is sharp, but only
Mm-hmm.
because they match the logo that the team's already using. Just they've taken one
Yeah.
alternate and made it a different alternate, but it still is in the same color family
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or contrasted. It's color theory, ladies and gentlemen. This color theory, and it's working very well. The end. What do you think?
So the first one I saw was the Mariners one, just because the ads I see on Facebook are primarily with Mariners gear, right? My first thought was somebody got a navy blue hat, put a white patch on the side, white logo on the front, threw it in the wash with a brand new blue shirt.
Yeah,
And this was the result. Like that's what it looks like
yeah,
to me. Same thing with the Yankee one, right? That like it's like a white Yankee logo that got washed to the blue shirt and then it's like a faded blue. I don't
yeah,
love it.
yeah, yeah.
The one thing that is cool is the undervisor is that same blue color. I think that's
For
awesome. I
sure.
couldn't I
It's
couldn't find a quick picture of that, but
it's got to be that. That's a requirement.
yeah, but no, I don't love them. They're super basic, and I think they could have done better. I mean, what they could have done better, I don't know, but I don't know. It's sometimes it's like, man, that's like, did you do this last minute? You know, kind of like the cup of dirt.
Yeah.
Is that what
Cup of
happened there?
dirt. Head pops off the pillow. Oh no, that's
That's
due
due
today.
today. Yeah, exactly right.
Just fill a cup
Yeah,
with dirt in it.
yeah, that's kind of how that felt to me. I like it. It's fine. It looks good, but I would never actually buy it. So
Okay, I'm
that's
looking around the league at I'm on Fanatics and Baseball Family. By the way, you can get any of these hats from Fanatics using our link, and that supports the show. It gives you a discount code as well, and it's a terrific way to support us. Oh, no discount code?
no
Oh,
discount code with Fanatics,
okay.
unfortunately.
Well, if you're going to buy one anyway, buy it with our code because it helps us out. Some of these are not so bad, but they're not that different from what they usually have anyway. But I'll tell you what, the
Right. It's
Orioles
really
one is
subtle
pretty
sometimes.
slick. Ooh, the Royals one is pretty slick. The Tampa Bay one is really slick.
Well, and see, like the
All right,
Royals and the Royals and Rays, like it just kind of goes with it anyway. So
exactly. All right, let's move on before we get into the games of the weekend. Uh, let's check in on the races for MVP, Cy Young, and Rookie of the Year. Brad's got the analysis for us, and then we're going to give our opinions. But Brad, tell
okay,
us who's in the top 5 running for MVP.
okay. In the American League, this is top 5 betting odds with through DraftKings. You have Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Mike Trout, and Wander Franco. You've got those 5. Of those 5, who do you think ends up coming out on top and winning it?
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, he honestly is sitting at minus money right now, minus 135
You
as
can't
as
even
the absolute
collect
betting
on
favorite.
him. That's how much. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's the same. I think it'll play. I think it'll stay pretty much the same throughout. Rafael Devers is there, but I don't think he would come. I don't think he'll come in
No,
and
no,
contend.
no.
And then in the National League, you've got Ronald Acuna Jr., Pete Alonso, Mookie Betts, Juan Soto, and Freddie Freeman. Acuna is your favorite plus 105. You're barely getting any money
Yeah,
from
I
him.
don't think anybody's going to take it away from Acuna unless he takes a nosedive.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know that Pete Alonso can necessarily step up enough to make up the ground Acuna has established. He would have to tank the rest of the season to not get it.
Yeah, yeah.
It just
Acuna
have to
would have
fall
to
off.
really slip. Yeah,
Yeah. So I think those are both pretty much a lock at this point, but anything can happen. So
yeah, it's
there's that.
true.
All right, American League Cy Young. We've got Shane McClanahan, Garrett Cole, Shohei Ohtani, Joe Ryan, and Luis Castillo are your top 5.
Whoa, okay, that's a tight group.
McClanahan and Garrett Cole are both plus 350.
Yeah, I was going to say it's got to be between those two guys. And right now, I don't
Yeah.
see any reason for Garrett Cole to lose it.
Honestly, I think that if McClanahan is more likely to get it just because his team is better right now.
That's a big deal.
It is. I think it goes a long way. That if
Yeah.
they were to look at both teams and be like, okay, all being equal, this team was better, give it to him.
Yeah, I
Is
think
I
you're
think
right.
the difference maker at this point.
Yeah.
And then we go National League. Zach Gallen, Spencer Strider, Clayton Kershaw, Mitch Keller, and Justin Steele. Zach Gallen is plus 200. Spencer Strider is plus 225. Honestly, I don't know how you don't give it to Zach Gallen.
Totally.
Like
For
the
the
only
opposite
time
reason.
the only time he gives up runs is if he leaves the game with guys on base and then the bullpen can't get out of it. That's the only
Totally.
time he gives up runs. He doesn't ever give up runs when he's actually in the game. He gets out of
Yep.
jams. The dude's
Yep.
nails, and I don't know how you give it. Even Spencer Strider, who's been a stud, strikes out everybody.
Yeah.
I
Not
give it to
that
Zach
good.
Gallen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Although that will be a tight race moving forward. And I think that you might fall into the same problem with the Braves as you do with the Tampa Bay Rays with McClanahan, is that Gallen's team's just not as good as Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
So if they are going to split hairs that way, it's going to fall
Yeah.
in Strider's favor.
I think it would come down to though is that McClanahan and Cole are pretty neck and neck as far as performance goes, but I don't think Gallen and Strider are just because Strider could strike guys out, but he still gives up a few more runs than
He
Gallen does.
does. Yeah.
So, all
That's
right,
true.
Rookie of the Year, American League. You've got Mazataka Yoshida, Estuary Ruiz, Bryce Miller, Hunter Brown, and Josh. Is it Josh Jung or Young? I can never
No
remember.
idea.
I can never remember. Anyway,
I
I'm
can't get it
surprised
straight
Bryce
either.
Miller, honestly, is the third in line there, plus 900. And not so much because of how he's played, because he's been outstanding, but because he's only been in the league for 4 games. He's only
Yeah.
had 4 starts.
Yeah. And if they're going to be that sort of lenient with it coming up on, we're past 25% of the way through the season already. If they're still letting guys get called up and factoring into their decision, then that's interesting.
I'm going to be a homer, and he's going to be my new Rookie of the Year pick.
Really?
Yeah. So his first 2 starts, he threw like 90% fastballs and didn't give up any runs. And then when it came down to when he pitched against the Braves, he mixed in some more curveballs and didn't do as well. But he still had a really great start,
I think it's
especially
hard for
considering
me.
who they're playing against.
Yeah. It's going to be hard for me to give it away to anybody except Yoshida. I think that dude is just, talk about holding his own in a ball club that needs the help and
Yeah.
carrying a whole big portion of that weight that could have gone the other way, or he could even be mediocre and
Right.
everything would have been fine, but he's not. He's killing it right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
I like Yoshida for that one.
The National League, you've got James Outman, Corbin Carroll, Brett Beatty, Yuri Perez, and Casey Schmidt. And this drops off a cliff because you've got James Outman at plus 150, Corbin Carroll at plus 175, and then Brett Beatty is the third guy in line at plus 1,300.
Yeah.
It's a
I'm giving
two-man
it.
race the whole time.
Yeah. Who are you giving it to? Same?
I'd probably give it to Corbin Carroll still.
That's what
Having
I'm
watched
saying.
that guy play live and see what he does, like he's a different kind of guy, man.
He is. Well, and they're moving him around the field. He played, what was it, left field yesterday or today?
Yeah, he's pretty much playing corner outfield. They've got Dominic Fletcher playing center field, and they just put Corbin Carroll on either side of him. In the game that I was at last month, it was like the first batter of the game, and he chased down a ball in the corner that I thought was going to be a double and made it look like a routine play. That dude is so fast; it is unreal.
He's crazy fast, and he's stealing bases like crazy as well.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look up one thing. I just want to make sure
Okay.
sure.
But anyway, so that's your current awards race. Do you mind if I pop down and plug Patreon real quick while you look that up?
Yep, plug it, man.
Hey, gonna be so fast because we are going long. Baseball
we
family,
are.
don't forget to hop over to Patreon and search Baseball Together, and you can look up us, and you can also support the show. We have 5 levels of support: $1, $5, $10, $15, and $500. I'll tell you what all of them get. Everybody gets the bullpen cut and a sticker. Those are true facts, absolutely. And then you can go over there and you can see what else we have to offer based on your level of support. So head over to Patreon and support the show. You could be one of our rooters. And also don't forget to subscribe to the big show every Tuesday. It comes out first thing. It's there when you wake up. And you can subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss a thing, or you can subscribe on your favorite podcast listening platform. This last week we had a conversation with Hembo from ESPN. He is a producer on Get Up and a co-host on Greeny. So it was a really fun conversation that we got to have with him.
It was fun. And baseball family, don't forget, we could not do what we do without you. So however you choose to support, we are super grateful for it. And those likes and shares and comments go a long way, further than you'd think. All right, let's get into the national TV broadcasts. Friday, Apple TV Plus is a Choose Your Own Adventure Friday night. You can either watch the White Sox play the Tigers in Detroit, 6:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. White Sox are bad. Tigers are almost as bad, maybe just as bad. They're off by a couple of games. Or you can watch the infinitely more interesting Padres play the very confusing Yankees right now. That'll be 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, those are on Apple TV Plus. The Padres are 22-27. The Yankees are 30-21. And do not let that 30-21 record fool you. They are not that good right now.
Thank you for the disclaimer. Yeah. So Saturday's games on FS1. First, you have the Phillies at the Braves. The Phillies are 23-26. The Braves are 30-19. That game starts at 4:10 p.m. Eastern Time. The Phillies don't have a good record, but I feel like they make games interesting still. So it should be a good watch. And then 7:15 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Check your local listings. There are 3 games going on at one time. 3 games. Got the Red Sox at the Diamondbacks. The Red Sox are 26-24. The Diamondbacks are 29-21 in second place in the NL West. Woo! Yeah, that's right. We got good baseball being played in Phoenix right now. I'm excited.
It's crazy.
And then it looks like, I think just like a select few of you will get this game. The Reds at the Cubs. The Reds are 21-28. The Cubs are 22-26. And it's probably just the select few who want to watch that game are going to be getting it. Yeah. And then the other game that you have, the third game, is the Cardinals at Cleveland's baseball team. The Cardinals are 22-29, and Cleveland is 21-28. So I think Fox got all these games between FS1 and Fox. Like, yeah, in like even March. Like, yeah, this is gonna be a good Saturday of baseball. No, not a great Saturday.
Somebody got fired. Yeah. All right, Sunday, your Peacock Wake Up in Baseball is 11:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Daylight Time, or whatever the kind of time we're in right now. That'll be the Dodgers in Tampa Bay playing the Rays. The Dodgers are 31-20 somehow, and the Rays are charging forward with 36-15 overall. That is going to be a great series to watch. It's going to be really, really interesting. 2 juggernaut teams going after each other, and the Rays, if they beat the crap out of the Dodgers, then it will be literally amazing.
It will be.
It's totally possible.
I was watching the game today, the Rays and the Blue Jays, and the Rays flat out made the Blue Jays look just foolish the entire time. Totally. They were stealing, and the Blue Jays pitchers weren't even checking the runner at first. They were gone before the foot left the ground. Yeah, it was unreal. Just making them look so bad.
And then 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN, you can watch the Phillies at the Braves. Brad, tell us what series you're excited to watch this weekend.
Well, you talked about the Dodgers and Rays. That's one for sure, most def. And then the Rangers at the Orioles. I've been paying close attention to the Rangers because the Mariners are still just hanging a few games back. Don't want that to get much bigger. I would love it if the Orioles took it to the Rangers this weekend, just crushed their spirits. It would be amazing. Another one is the Blue Jays at the Twins. I'm curious if the Blue Jays are as bad as they looked today, because they have not played well recently. They lost 6 of 7. I don't care they hung 7 on the or 20 on the Rays. That happens from time to time. 4 of those were a grand slam. Vladdy hit a grand slam off a position player. So really, I guess you could say it's 16. But anyway, and then you got, obviously, I'm going to be watching the Pirates and Mariners because the Mariners are over 500. They're having a pretty good month. I think I saw that they're 16-8 this month. Maybe it's 12-8. I don't know. Anyway, they're over 500 by quite a bit this month. Very excited about it. And I would like to see them really take it to the Pirates, who are not a bad team.
I want to watch all those series as well. The only one that's different is the Red Sox and the D-backs. I'm very excited to watch the D-backs beat the Red Sox. I think that's going to happen. And this is kind of going to be a prove your merit sort of situation for the D-backs. I think the Red Sox are going to come in underestimating them, and it's going to be a problem. But they're fighting an uphill battle in Boston right now anyway. So we'll see what kind of game they can put together against these red-hot D-backs. So that's what I'm excited, along with everything else you said.
There's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of good series. Like last week there wasn't a lot, but this week there are a lot of good series going on. So I'm excited for this weekend of baseball. Let's get into our BT bets, our picks for this weekend. Last week we both went 2-1. That puts me at 12-9 on the season. Brig is 9-12 currently. You're gonna come back though, Brig. Don't worry.
Yeah, I got it.
And I do have odds for your pick when you get there. So I'll go ahead and do mine real quick. And then so Friday, you're going to take the Marlins over the Angels. Take the money line because the Angels are favored here. With DraftKings, you get plus 120. The Marlins are a pretty good team. They're resilient. They fight. I watched them fight today, and it was awesome. It was amazing. And then Saturday, take the D-backs over the Red Sox. Take plus money. It's probably going to be the run line. And then same thing on Sunday with the Twins over the Blue Jays. Take plus money. That will most likely be the run line as well.
For my BT bets this week, I say put D-backs money line over the Red Sox.
Plus 130 on DraftKings right now.
Plus 130 on DraftKings. That's probably the best place to get your plus money in this situation. And I'll bet that I already told you what I think is going to happen. Saturday, take the Mariners run line over the Pirates. This comes down to pitching matchups, and I'm not going to get into it because we don't have time, but I think it all comes down to the Mariners are going to win on on Saturday against the Pirates, and it's going to be on the run line. And then Sunday, the best bet you'll ever get is taking any sort of plus money you can find for the Astros to beat the A's.
So that's the funny thing is you're not going to get any plus money on the Astros over the A's. You might even on the money line get like minus 225 or minus 250. You'll still be making some money, but you have to put like $10 down if you want to get like 2.
Yeah.
Like
well, so put $500 down. You know what I mean, and get like $50 or whatever.
I might just on Sunday.
Do it. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so I wanted to start doing this. I thought this would be fun. I thought of this afternoon. I'm going to give you a big bet every week. This is going to be called Blackjack Brad's Black Flag Pick of the Week, because you're taking no prisoners on this pick. You're throwing all caution to the wind. And this week's Black Flag Pick of the Week is Jorge Soler to hit a home run on Saturday. Jorge Soler is averaging a homer every 4.6 at bats against lefties. The Angels are throwing Patrick Sandoval. He's a lefty. Don't go Saturday against what's his name? Starts with the D. I'm drawing a blank. But
David Bednar.
No, he pitches for the Pirates.
I know.
Reed Detmers on Friday is going for the Angels. Don't go against him. Go Saturday against Sandoval and put your money on Soler to hit a homer. It's gonna happen. That's your Black Flag Pick of the Week.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a big one. That's a big one. All right, baseball family.
Dude, Soler's made me a bunch of money the last 5 days. Legit.
Fantastic. All right, baseball family, like we said, don't forget to jump on YouTube and subscribe to everything and push the bell and do the clicking of the mouse and with the thing on your phone and all that jazz so that you can make sure you don't miss anything that we do, because we love it and we're excited to have you with us. And with that, baseball family, we're going to go ahead and catch you on Tuesday morning.